Hari Om to all the divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our Aparoksha Anubhuti contemplation. So today I will begin from question number 13 related to day 2 talk by Sri Prabhuji. Deepaji, can you share your views?
Yes, sir. Aparoksha Anubhuti is giving me a new experience. It's not a new experience. It is clarifying my current set of experiences. Yes, sir. That's it, sir. I have this experience within me, but I was not aware of it.
So
It is due to ignorance.
the choice is B.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little on what does it mean to clarify my current set of experiences?
Clarify in the sense, the Atman is blissful all the time, but it is due to our ignorance that we think that it is something new, or this Aparoksha, that experience is something new. Earlier, I used to think that enlightenment. What, sir?
No, looks like Saranji has some point, but
no, I thought like when you said new, then it becomes A.
Then it becomes?
You said it's new, right?
No, it's not a new experience. It's there within me already, but it's our ignorance that we think that the self-realized state must be something different. So we think that it must be a new experience.
So what you are saying is, there is a wrong understanding that self-realization is a new experience I should receive.
Yeah.
And that ignorance is what is clarified.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Is it satisfying to Sharavanji?
Not fully. I'm just trying to frame my response. Deepaji, is it not giving a totally different way of seeing the world? Like going back to that example of once you put the light on the window, then you see, you start seeing something that you are not seeing.
This light is there within me already, and
but you are not or like yeah,
I am not aware of. I am not aware of this light. So I feel that this must be something new.
No, I didn't get this actually. Can you repeat in a different way?
This light is there within me already, but when I see Prabhuji, I feel that he sees something different from what we see. That is the reason he keeps laughing sometimes.
That is your thinking, right? You are thinking of what he may be thinking or seeing.
Yeah.
There is no way to confirm that.
No, confirm. He sees life in a different way.
That's a statement you made. The way I see it is like that's how you think what he may be seeing.
Yes.
Right, but But like, what is the only thing that you can confirm is what is going on in you, right?
Yes, yes.
And so, bringing back that focus on you, like, don't you feel like you were seeing the world in certain way, and with the knowledge, you 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 started seeing differently? That like, okay, let me take the example of movie played on a screen. Till the time you didn't have the knowledge there was a screen, you were focused on movie and you felt movie is the only real. And then
Yes.
once that knowledge was given, then you start trying to see, and then you say, yeah, I can see that screen now. Isn't that a new experience? Will you not call it as a new experience?
No, because I was experiencing this already. It was there within me, but I was not aware of it. So
That is contradicting, right? I was experiencing, but I was not aware.
I was. That is for the mind, isn't it?
Okay, now, okay,
That
then
answer will
which
be for the mind.
if you're switching using eyes, then like maybe, yeah, clarify which eye you're talking about.
Okay. The consciousness was blissful all the time, but my ego was not aware of it, and that was due to ignorance.
Okay.
But for the consciousness, being blissful is not a new experience.
Yeah.
But for the
This
ego, it's a
Atman,
new experience.
this Aparoksha Anubhuti or Atmajnana is for whom?
It's for this ego itself.
Okay. So for the
Small I.
ego, you said the ego was not seeing the right thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So now when this knowledge is given, what happened?
It's for the small I. The knowledge is for the small I and not for the consciousness.
Okay.
So uh, I can say that it's a new experience for the ego.
Hmm. And will you call that as the jiva or new
Jiva.
experience for jiva?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a new
Okay.
experience for the jiva.
Okay. So that's where I was coming towards. Okay. Then I
Okay.
guess we seem to agree then.
Yes, Sir Ramananji.
What happens to that small I? So when you say Deepaji, it's a new experience for the ego.
Ego, which was always thinking of what it was, is no more that. It comes to know that it is no more that. Uh, and it will be trying to find out or trying to find out the questions for answers for the questions that arises in the mind. Who am I? All the doubts that I get is from ego itself. So I seek answers. So I'm using this ego to lead me to that path of self realization.
Excellent. Is there any example or analogy through which you can clarify your point?
Yes, sir.
The question is,
Um,
you are stating ego is the problem, in the sense of ignorance is in the ego, is because of the small I-ness,
yeah,
and that small I-ness can dissolve through right knowledge.
yeah,
And right knowledge has to be used by the ego itself. It is like the thief only trying to find the thief,
yes,
are acting like the police.
yeah,
Yeah, can you clarify?
yes, sir. Um, uh, there'll be few problems between my in-laws and me. So I used to get the question that mostly the girls, they leave their homes and houses, and they come to live with this family. So it is actually it will be very difficult for the ladies to leave their houses and come and adjust to this family. But still, the in-laws sometimes will be having problems with this new girl in the family. But now what I feel is we have to use this opportunity, and we get few situations in life where we have to adjust, where we have to think from their standpoint as well. How do they feel about us? And uh, try to overcome that situation by we are using the right knowledge. So we are using this as an opportunity. The ego within me is getting dissolved here.
Excellent.
So I'm using my ego, um, and it's leading me to the right path.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. Just to add one more example, this is an example that Ramana Maharshi always gives. When someone is burning a dead body, usually the dead body sometimes moves. When they, in olden times, they would keep a pile of wood, and the dead body would be there, and then the dead body would be being burned. So sometimes some part of the body or the other would come out. Now you need to push it back into the fire for it to burn completely. So the person who is looking after that would use a stick to push it back into the fire. That stick, because it is constantly going into the fire, it also is getting caught in the fire. And by the time the dead body is burnt, even this stick becomes no more useful. And then even this has to be thrown back into the fire itself. And that also has to go.
Yes, sir. Like the ego.
So that small I-ness is like you have to begin with that ego only. The journey can begin with that.
Yes,
The
sir.
beauty is there is no small ego. That's the ultimate clarity with which all of this will dissolve.
Yes, sir.
Very nice, Deepaji.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any other question to Deepaji from anyone else? Okay. Has Hari Om Rupaji, I saw that you joined.
Hari Om, sir. Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om, Rupaji.
Hari Om.
Rupaji, we are we were about to go into day 3 talk, and the last question that Deepaji had to share was on number 13. What is your choice? That 3 choices have been given. Have you shared your view on that, number 13?
Sir, I have not shared my view on most of the questions in this talk, sir.
Okay. Is there any particular question that you would like to share on? Or would you like to move on to day 3? What is your preference?
Sir, I have not contemplated on this at all, sir, on this day 2 talk at all. But I'm not ready also today. So you people move to day 3. When I'm ready, I will let you know.
Okay. When you say that as an example, so have you not looked at any of these questions? Say 1, 2, or
No, I think first 5 are done.
okay. 6 onwards you have not shared, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're saying that you need some time to kind of prepare by listening to the talk and then come, is it? Or would you
Sir,
like to, kind of, based on your personal viewpoints and experiences, want to share? What would
yes,
you
sir. Shall I try that? Starting
like?
from
It is your choice.
question 6.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. How is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma prove with an analogy? Your Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma is everything that is there around us, including us, is Brahman only. This can be explained with the analogy of ocean, water, and wave, where even water is ocean and the wave is also ocean. Sorry, ocean is also water and the wave is also water. The ocean, though it is bigger, it is no different from wave. Or else the small wave or big wave, everything has water only and nothing else like that. Everything that is around us is Brahman only. Then question 7, how can I apply Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma in day-to-day life?
Rupaji, for that question 6, any real life example where you are able to apply?
I think that's the 7th is already.
7th one.
Yes. Real life example. Like all the parts in our body is one. Like maybe if we take take our hand only, we have 5 fingers, but even if one little finger hurts, the whole hand hurts. So that little finger is not different from our hand. This is how I can say.
Okay. So
Is that
the example of pain you are. But the question here is, how do you apply? What you are showing is as an example.
another analogy?
As another analogy, correct. The question here is, Okay, so now see, it's like there is a truth. What is the truth? That all that is there is Brahman only. That is the truth. And you are using and you're saying that the truth is realized, and therefore you gave an analogy, or like the analogy of wave, ocean, and water. Now, is it enough to have a truth and you have realized it? Is it enough?
Yeah.
You have to use it.
Yeah.
You have to
Yes,
use
sir.
it. No. So therefore, the question 7 is asking for how would you apply this realization?
Just like we take care of our body and the body parts for the well-being of our physical health, like that, it applies here also, that everything around us, everyone around us is Brahman only. Like I am Brahman. Each and every person in the world is Brahman. Each and every creature in the world is Brahman. So we should treat others and everything around us just as we would treat ourselves. So this is how I can apply this.
Rupaji, are you able to use this, like, let's say, I'm sure you come across a lot of people, some may irritate you or upset you or get angry with you.
Yes,
At
sir.
that at that time, are you like, will you be able to use this knowledge?
I really get angry, or I also get irritated. But then after that episode passes, I'm also able to forgive those people, thinking that it is like this only. People are like this, and I need to accept them as they are.
But you don't see them as Brahman. You just accept them as still as
Yes,
people.
yes. Still as people only. Maybe uh, I'm not. I have not progressed in that path yet, but I'm able to forgive them. But I'm not able to see them as Brahman yet.
Yeah, I think that's where I wanted to see if, like, we are able to apply this, because for me it's like, the example for me is at work, right? Different people are there with different personalities. Some will follow, some will help, some will like question you all the time, challenge you, and like start unnecessary talk, and then like make it to a big argument. Some will be like very, very negative, and then as I am conversing, immediately, like suddenly out of blue, like this thought will come. These are also Brahman. All these guys are still Brahman. And like, how do I, at that point, how do I see them? How do I go with them? How do I still go and like embrace them and say, you know what? Yeah. You are challenging me, upsetting me. You are being negative on people, on all the things. But then like, you know what, I'm at peace, and I don't see this difference at all, and I see that one behind all of you.
That is still not possible for me, Saranand. Because of maybe the conditioning, my natural instinct does not allow me to embrace them as Brahman the moment something happens.
But
But
then
this,
this remains like any other study, right, Rupaji? Like, we know math, and we
uh,
learn math how to solve a problem. That's it. It remains there. It is not useful.
but these classes help me to evolve, though very gradually, very slowly. These classes are helping me to evolve, and that will take time. It is not going to happen all of a sudden. It is not going to happen overnight. Uh, I can compare myself the way I am, the way I was before I joined these classes. I see a lot of improvement. So I feel this is the way it is. It will go, and it is not going to speed up. The pace will be like this only. But maybe it will take long time. But I am on the right path. This is the satisfaction I have.
So does this mean that like I'm just trying to avoid the V. You feel you are not in control to get into this track where you want to be? You feel like you are stuck and it is going to take time, and that means that time, is it like one life or another multiple 100 lives?
As discussed in Tattva, we came across those sadhana chatushtayas where Shama, Dama and all were discussed. No, so I feel yes, I'm not. I don't have control yet.
And you feel like it will, like with time someday that will happen, and then hmm. So it's not going
And
to happen now, it will happen later.
maybe the circumstances in life will push me towards speeding this journey. Because I have noticed that whenever there was problem, my spiritual progress was faster when compared to the days when there was no
But
problem.
you you don't want to invite problems to reach where you want to go.
But yeah, no, I'm not inviting problems, but I this helps me to take the problems in a positive way. Whenever there's problem, I take it in a positive way, thinking that
Mm.
this is a part of this life, and this is also helping me to go in this path.
Yeah, just please don't mistake me. As I am questioning, it's for me as well. So it's just that
No, no.
like you started in a good way for me.
Uh,
So do you think like uh, you are not able to get out because there are knots tied, and you are unable to untie and completely become what you want?
I feel sometimes that I'm not serious enough in this
Ah,
journey. And
okay.
I sometimes feel that it is because of my past impressions I'm like this.
No,
Uh,
that can become like a excuse, right? Because of the past
mm,
impressions, I'm not serious. Otherwise, I will be serious.
no,
Maybe Vijayji, yeah, I will
mm,
let you.
No, no, no. Nice discussion.
No,
it is my fault only, Sarananji. I know that, but I'm not able to rectify that. I'm still in.
so the question then becomes
Uh,
like, am I in control or not?
no, I'm not in control.
Ah,
Okay, so what do others feel? In this evolution, am I in control or not in control? Padmaji,
We
Shubhaji.
are we are in control, sir. This path is controlling us. I feel we are in control, because whenever we go in a wrong path, when we apply the viveka, it's again leading us to the same path.
So this jnana is the steering wheel, you're saying.
Yeah.
The car may go off track, but then you're using the jnana to steer back.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
there is control, but I feel that is not enough. And if there was no control, we would not have evolved also. I agree with what Deepa said, but the degree of control is not as much as it should be. This is what I feel.
Okay. So, for example, let's use the same analogy. I'm driving on the road, and the car is going off track. Okay, so I'm supposed to be on the left side of the road, and the road has the traffic from both the sides, and let's assume the car is going off track, and the steering wheel is what I use to bring it back. Using that analogy, then there must be a notion of a track. This is the track, and the car has to be in this. Then only you can say I'm going off, or I'm on track. Correct? Huh? So now, coming to your analogy, or coming to your situation, when you say the control is not as much as I would like it to be, what is this track where you want to be driving, or what is that you're thinking as, oh, this is what is being on track means? Is
Sir,
there a certain kind of life situation that will prove you that you are on track, or is it a certain kind of feedback? What are you seeking?
Yeah. Maybe
Sir,
just to add on to that, maybe like I felt like if some car comes in the opposite from the other side, then one realizes, oh, I'm not in the right lane. Or like if the road becomes very bumpy and like, or if the road itself disappears and like it's all only rocks, then one realizes, oh, this is not the right lane. Maybe that feedback is maybe is what one is looking for. Though the driver is being told that don't be on that lane, and the driver is on the lane, so you know what, like it's okay, like I don't see that big problem until a situation comes where that road completely disappears and it's all mud and rocks, or like some obstruction. Can I?
yeah, sir, I can give you one example that happened in my life. I went to a driving class, and this guy who was teaching me, he took me on the road itself from the first day only. And I was holding the steering, and when I turned it left, it was going left only, and when I turned it right, it was going right only. And this guy was scolding me, why are you doing this and all. I was not able to understand why that was happening, but then when I spoke to one of my siblings, she said that that is not how it goes. He should have taken you to the ground where you are on first few days. You will be asked to make some rounds, and only then you will get control, or you will know how to turn the steering to go right and left. And I did that. I tried that in some ground, and next time I went to the on the road, I was able to turn the steering so that it goes on the road only, in the right direction. And whenever I turned, there was some control. of the car going in this direction or in a certain direction. So like this, I feel that I'm still in that position where I was turning left and the car was going on the left only or the other way.
Are you saying that you wanted to turn left, but the car was somehow going straight or right? Is that what you're
No,
trying?
it was going left, but when the roads are curvy, we need to turn it. We have to manage turning the steering as we want it to go. No, sir, I was not doing that. I did not know how much to turn.
Okay. It was turning completely left or completely right, but not the degree that you wanted.
Yes, yes, I had to turn it right after some time. But I did not realize how it should go. So, like this only, the spiritual path, my progress in the spiritual path is also like this. I have
Hey,
not got that control to turn the steering wheel and go in the right direction so that the car moves smoothly.
Okay. So now, what is the proof you are seeking to say that, okay, I am moving, or I am in the right direction, or this is the right way of driving? What will prove you that?
Sir, I didn't understand.
Um, like the example of the driving, seeing that maybe, let's say, the black road, the car is still on the black road, and there is, let's say, the markers, right? It helps you to guide. Okay, I am on the right lane. I am on the road only. I've not gone somewhere else. Okay. Likewise, when you say I am still not in control, what is that will prove you that, okay, now, okay, it seems to be working, whatever that is. It seems to be working, and I'm evolving, or I have evolved, or this is it. So it's like when the destination is reached, then the driving is no more useful, right?
Yeah.
What is there to control when the destination is reached? So right now, your analogy is, or your way of explaining is, I'm still driving, but I'm not in control of the car. And you're going somewhere. So the question has two parts to it. One is, while driving, what are the markers for you to say that I am driving correctly? Second one is, what is the destination you're taking the car to?
Destination is the self-realization, and I will know this only when I'm not affected by anything. This is what I feel.
Okay.
By anything
The
in life.
proof you're seeking is, I am not affected by any situation.
Yes, I'm peaceful always. I want such a thing to happen to feel that I am at the right destination.
Okay. All right. That is as far as the destination is concerned.
Yes.
So which means that right now I'm still traveling towards that destination.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are the markers you are seeking as you're traveling to say that I am on the right track?
Or I'm not on the right track, because Rupaji said not serious, or like unable to completely be here. That means
what do you mean by markers?
Now, when you're driving on the road,
There will be markers, the white line that
lines, right? That tells you that, first of all, you have to know that you are within the track. Second one, you see the end of the road, the mud thing. Then you know that, okay, if you're only seeing mud thing, you know you are not on the road. So that helps you to come back to the road, and the markers will guide you to be in that line only, right?
Yes.
This is when you're driving. So the destination question, we will come to that. So what you said is destination is none of the situation affect me. Okay, that is when you will conclude that I have reached the destination.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now that you think you are still driving, what are the markers that are helping you to guide?
The peace of mind itself indicates at what level I have reached, or how much it tells me about how much I have traveled, and traveled it since the beginning of this class, and uh, how much distance is there to go. I mean, there is a lot more time, I believe, to reach my destination.
Can you clarify? So you made two statements. One is the pace of the mind.
No, not pace of the mind, sir. Peace of mind. I said peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Okay, sorry. Okay, my mistake in
Mm.
here. So you are using peace of mind as an indication of how much you have, how further you have come.
Yes, my reaction and response to situations, all this will tell me these two are, I can say, markers.
Mm.
So the way I react and respond to situations, they will guide me. They'll tell me how much I have to change, or how much I have changed,
Okay.
and how peaceful I am also matters a lot.
Very nice. Very nice. So coming back to the usage, then the Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, right now you're using in order to drive.
Hmm.
You have that clarity that Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma,
Hmm.
or you understand Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, but in day-to-day situation, you know that steering a car and the road and everything
Hmm.
you know everything about how to drive, but the practice is what you are talking as uh, the feeling is
Not
not yet there.
happening fully.
Mm,
It's not happening fully.
mm, mm. Okay. Shubhaji, Shilpaji, is there anything that you would like to add there, either as a question or as a statement?
No, sir.
Shilpaji?
Um, so I can somewhat relate to what Rupaji is saying. But yes, sir, it is practice is what is needed. Like for example, with myself also, there are certain days I would read the shlokas. I will listen to Prabhuji's videos. Certain days I will not. The consistency has to be there. So that discipline is required, sir.
Mm,
That is what I believe to ultimately reach that path.
mm. That destination called
Consistency is the main, I believe, the key.
mm. So then, Rupaji, so the essence of what you are saying is, in terms of the understanding is there. It is a matter of practice. Is essentially what you are saying. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Though I want to be like that, I am not able to. When I see that when I'm dealing with my kid, I want to see him happy always, but then when it comes to his studies, um, I'll be at the back of him always, and I feel really bad uh, when my efforts are futile, sir. And then I feel, why am I troubling him like this? So I leave him for a couple of days, then I again bounce back.
That is one area we are all in work in progress. All other areas we have little bit advanced.
Yes.
When it comes to our kids studying.
Ah.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, then
No.
let's examine that life situation. What about the child studying makes us feel anxious? Okay, let's frame the question differently. Why do we want our child? Let's make it also a little personal. Why would you want your child to study?
Because that is what we can, that is one of the things that we give them, and that is going to help him or her to lead a better life. We always want better life than us for our kids.
Okay. And the definition of better is, what
Better
is
is
better?
everything, sir. Everything we want better than ourselves, what we
What
have
is that
got.
everything? Make it a little certain. Make it a little specific. When when you use the word better, what is
Huh.
better?
I think better is the living, sir, especially.
Okay. So usually you're using the living parameters, the house, the car, the uh, position.
And also the wisdom.
Wisdom about what? Wisdom in what? So in terms of life, as an example, is a king of a country having a better life? Let's say the prime minister of this country, is he having a better life than Rupaji's life? Is Rupaji's life less better, and is the prime minister's life more better?
No, everyone's life is the same, no matter how rich or poor he or she is.
So when you say therefore better, then what is meant by having a better life?
I think the bigger question is the clarity in me. What is that I am expecting?
Is the economic condition? Okay, my child has to have better economic condition than me.
Sir,
Is
I
that what?
know that actually the money will never bring peace. It is our inner peace that matters the most. But I don't know why I am all. I want him to do well in studies. I don't know why I am doing that, sir. The other day I was speaking to one of my cousins. So he was suggesting that he was saying, don't tie him up, let him be happy. His eyes will give you peace, and you will be really satisfied seeing him in the future. He will be happy in his own little world and all.
It's
So
nice, no, actually, like we have this discussion at home always. Sometimes, like not sometimes, whenever you see these big achievers, kids, and like they can sing a tough song or they can play in a big drama or they have like made something, right? People all like appreciate and immediately they make it to the news and this that. But then we say that yeah, nice, but then we feel that like, you know what, for that age I still appreciate that childhood in my child. It's so why should my child should become world famous at the age of 9 or 10 or like at the age of 15 or 20? Why? Why should he or she should immediately go and crack a math olympiad or like become a grandmaster and go beat world number one? Why?
Sir, I have a question here.
Yes, Shubhaji.
Sir, those are all the boundaries which we put on our children, right? So when we say, we are not saying achieve this, that, this, everything. We are not saying all that, but okay, let me take my own example. Let me not say we. So I don't push my kids into all these things. I don't tell them achieve this in sports, that in music, all that. But all I say is you have to study so that tomorrow you can eat your own food. That is that is how I tell them. But am I going wrong in saying that? Because when I see him playing instead of studying, that is when I feel no, he's not doing the right thing. So, putting him in the right path, am I torturing him by not allowing him to play and rather tell him to study? Is that wrong, uh, I don't know?
I would like to give my view.
Yeah.
The way I would say is like, as we are studying here, each of us, you and me, are playing the role of parent. Okay, and like I'm consciously now playing the role, and as a role, I will tell the child, yeah, you need to study, you need to you should know if you are at this age, you should know how to do a math, how to do a simple addition, you should know how to do a multiplication. But then if I'm going to lose my peace and if I'm going to make her feel really, really bad for not knowing something, that is where I feel like the approach needs to be relooked. It's possible that one child can take 1 year to learn something and another child can take 2 years to learn something. Why should I expect my child also to be like every other child?
But is it not our duty to tell them, no, this
That's
is
what.
wrong, this is right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to.
Yeah. So from the yes, telling fine, but then at the same time, like when I think there is a line where once I cross where I'm constantly worried about, oh, will she not learn? Will she fail? And if she fails, what will people talk about me as a parent? Did I fail? And like, am I like, is that guilt feeling coming that like I'm not spending time? Am I not playing the role properly? If that, then I need to correct. I don't need anyone to tell me, ask me anything, right? If I'm playing the role, and if I'm convinced that I'm playing the role to the best, I think that's where it is. And right, we like there are so many like we see parents with so many different type of children, and they all handle it. And I feel like not necessary that every child should become an engineer, doctor, or scientist. That can be so. Even I think that's where that question has to come. Uh, like, what should be the right target to be set? Like, you know what? Like the child at times, like parents don't even allow the child to grow the way, or like definitely whatever you can do, it is you are not going to be in control, right? It is the ego thinks that ego can define ego can feel good because I work to make the child successful, and the way the child today whatever he or she has achieved because I put so much efforts, and I can, and then but it is to the ego, but we all know that it is just that the ego thinks, but everything is happening as per the karma, as per the prarabdha. At least in this group, we all know that irrespective of whatever effort you feel you are putting, what the outcome is always as per the prarabdha karma, but it is the inner, I think it is a life lesson for us on what is going inside as one sees the child grow. If I feel proud of where my child is, right there, like from Atmajnana point of view, I have failed. Right. At the end, we are all saying everyone is Brahman, and whether the child becomes a doctor or engineer or arts person or right, whatever it is, he or she is still Brahman in that form. It is not because of me if my child becomes a scientist or a grandmaster or a class school teacher, and for all that people look down if I say that uh, my child is going to become a teacher. Right? It's not a fashionable thing, right?
Shivaji, is that clarifying to you? Are you feeling satisfied with the viewpoint that is coming across? Or is there
There are
still
still
a-
questions. Yeah.
What is the question?
Oh. It's like when I look at myself, I am not comparing with anybody what he wants to. I don't tell him you become this, that, all that, or compare it with anything. But all I feel is he should have some um, skill rather for his own development in future.
Okay. And the question is, okay, so you have that feeling that, okay, my child should learn some skill. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the
So
question
the question is telling them to do that wrong, or sometimes when they don't do it, is being little strict on them that they have to do this wrong, because ultimately, as we all know, it is their karma, but I can't leave everything to karma, right? I have to lead him to the right path. At this stage of time, he's ignorant as to what is good and what is bad. So should I leave it like, no, it is his karma, whatever happens, happens. But is it not my duty as a parent to put in my effort and say, go in the right path? Of course, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting anything. I know it is, he is Brahman, so he will know everything. And once his ignorance is gone, everything is going to fall in place. But right now,
Now, what is the right path? You said
1 minute, Saranji. Rather than getting into discussion, let's do a simple poll. Let's frame the question this way. Is it okay to tell my child to have a particular, let's say, aim or not? Should I let the child be whatever it chooses to do, or is it okay for me to tell the child what is to be done and what not to be done? Is that the right framing of the choice, Shubhaji?
So aim is aim. There are two types of aim. Aim is something like if he wants to be a doctor, engineer, whatever. I don't have any problem in that. But my problem is when there is a test tomorrow and he plays video games today. That is when the problem comes.
Shubhaji,
Ah,
I want to share something. I feel that it is we parents only who have conditioned them to study only when we say. Like, I have seen parents who don't do anything, who don't say anything. Kids roam around, they go and play, they do things. They either study or not. The parents won't bother about the kids, and those kids are doing well in school. I feel that since young years we were at the back of our kids, and they have got used to being told study, 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 and so they have someone to say. That is why they don't care about the studies themselves. It has to come from them, or them only, that I need to study, or only if the pressure is
agree.
from
Yes.
teachers.
Yeah, totally
that-
agree. It has to
yes.
come from them. So that is what I am coming to the point. Is it
Only when
like
only when the teacher is strict, she wants the kid's handwriting to be good. She will punish the kid. Only then they are doing it.
Yeah.
Only then it comes that from them that they I need to do this. Otherwise, I see Deepa's kid or my kid or any other kid who come to my place. They are all like that.
Sir, here is the question, sir. So when you say it will come to them, right? So should I just leave it that
What
that
is your
thought?
role as a mother? What is my role as a mother? What should I
Yeah.
do? What should I do? What should I
So-
not do?
Yeah. So should I leave it that jnana will come to them and they will go in the right path? Should I leave it to them to get that jnana? Or should I give the jnana to them that, okay, this is the path you have to take. So this is the right one, is what is my question. Yeah, I got the question right now.
Excellent. So now let's just quickly listen to everybody shortly.
Yeah.
The question is clearly heard. Let's start from Padmaji. So each of you just state what you do, what you do. Let's not worry about Vedanta right now. She has given a very clear situation. What do you do? How do you do it? Maybe because of your Vedanta Jnana. Keep that aside. What do you do? Just answer to the question.
Yeah, so I think this question is like again and again to be thought about. At various stages, we come back to it. Okay, if I have to take my personal example, then it is not wrong to teach your child something. Okay, it is like teaching someone to fish or someone to cut wood or whatever. You choose a skill. It is not wrong to teach the child a skill. However, how many fish that child is going to catch, that should not be our goal. The goal is like whether
Sorry for interrupting you, Padmaji. I want each one of us to simply say, this is a situation in my life and this is how I am handling it. Let's not explain why. Let's not explain why. The why part gets into now, more of the what kind of a knowledge or what kind of jnana I'm using, right?
Okay, got it, sir. Yeah, okay. So I'll just take an example of Adi itself here. So we had a situation like a few months back. I'm sure I have shared in the group that he wanted to pursue science and all that, and I also had discussion on how to go about it and all that. So he seemed very inclined to pursue in the field of medicine, like, around 6-7 months back. And in spite of insisting, and trying to discourage him from both me and my husband, the guy was adamant that I am going to do only this. And then we said, okay, if it is your choice, if you have thought about it. So this was many days, and then we came to a conclusion that, okay, if you have to pursue this, you cannot. We went to many people, and then it came to a conclusion where he shifted his current schooling system itself and went into CBSE. Okay, he went into CBSE. We got his fees paid, everything, and he started his life there, leaving all his friends. Now, 3-4 months into it, I one day found a diary in his room while I was cleaning his desk. And in that, there was a lot of research about business, economics, and statistics.
You read his diary.
All this, okay? And he has not spoken to us about it. It is just there in his diary, okay? I by accident find it because it was open, and I read it, and then multiple thoughts went through me. Just a second. Yeah, so multiple things were running through me, and then I don't know, it was like I can't say whether it was aligning with me or not. I was like, okay, what do we do now? This is a new situation coming up. We have switched schools and everything. And then I was thinking, if this much research has gone into something, why the guy has not shared it with me also? That was another question running behind my mind. So then I decided, okay, you come back from school today. We are going to have this discussion. And then evening he comes, and then I tactically put that thing open on the desk for him to see that, okay, probably somebody has come in and rampaged through my desk and found this out or something like that. But then he didn't budge. He didn't say anything. Then in the and I am waiting impatient, like being impatient, like, why he is not coming, and you're like a hawk watching every move while he goes from room to room or something, and then you're wondering when this guy will come and talk. So he doesn't come, and then I ultimately, I go and tell my husband, I think we should only talk because he's not talking. See,
Son is the guru.
part of Vedanta also coming in. So I said we should only go and talk. So we go in, and then we tell him, like, this is what I found. What do you have to say about this? So he said, yeah, I have been thinking about it for a while. That was the sentence that came out of him. And then the next question I said was, when were you going to share it? And then he said, I thought I will wait for another 2 months.
It's fine.
So my question was, okay, why do you want to wait for 2 months more? Was my next question. Are you still not sure of it? Is that why you don't want to tell us for another 2 months? How is it? So he said, no, I thought I will give this current thing a try for another 2 months, and then I was going to come and tell you. And then he was not doing well in physics in the stream that he had taken. In fact, he started hating physics after he went into it. So that is something I observed. Okay, he was someone who didn't like math, but then he started hating physics because he had dropped math. So I didn't know that. Now, then he said that I want to take these subjects now. That's what he said. And then for us, again, it fell back into few things. So what do we do now? So the previous school, because it's a American based thing, they didn't give the mark list and all yet. So the TC also we had received, but we had not, I don't know why my husband hadn't submitted in the new school. Okay, so this is where I think something's happened divinely. I don't know why he didn't go and submit. So the TC was still lying at home, and then I said, okay, if you have to switch now, I need you to talk to someone who is in a professional capability, who can talk to you rather than just us, because we had done the talking initially when he moved. So I felt that was not enough, or something he's not communicating to us for whatever reasons he might have. So I called the school, and I said that I want to talk to the the IB coordinator, and he's also the counselor, so that again that switch is not happening. He's clear this time what he wants to do. So because the next time switch will not be possible for us also, whether it is financially or you can't shift every 6 months. So we went there, and then I secured an appointment. We went and sat him in front of the counselor and the IBDP coordinator, and then we had a discussion for about half an hour to 1 hour. And then the first question that guy asked was, if you like biology so much, why are you not pursuing biology itself? In IB, you can skip physics and you can still take bio and all these things. So his answer was, I don't want to do bio. That was the plain answer. There was no analyzing also on his part, that if I like that subject so much, why do I want to drop it now? So there was a complete mind shift is what I was thinking, from those subjects to this new set of subjects. So then as a parent there, we had to have only that clarity that, okay, if you want to switch, then do we switch today? Or, because the coordinator finally said you can take another 1 week, or say the weekend, to decide, because I also don't want to delay him further, because this school also had started, and 1 month had run off. So we don't want him to miss out on things. So then I think it was up to us whether we wanted to delay it further for another 4-5 days, or take the action. So when he was sure that he wanted to do only this, then I said, then there is no point in delaying. So we sat there and we said, okay, he's coming to school from Monday. This was a Friday. So we said he's coming to school from Monday. And then again, we had to get the uniform. And luckily, since we hadn't submitted the TC, we could go and talk to the principal on not taking the registration fees and all anymore. I mean, one more time. So like that it was a whole shift. There were books that we had got, there were uniforms that we had got. So many things had happened within that few months, and there was a complete shift. But one thing what I have noticed is, now that he has shifted, like Rupaji said, I don't have to do anything now. It is the love for that subject that makes the actions possible.
So as a parent, if I have to cut you short, as a parent, what you have done is you started observing, and then saw where the interest was. You developed a better awareness about his liking, and you saw whether it is possible to enable.
Yeah, I think I understood him is what I feel, because the when this thing happened, it was not just between me and him, it was between the rest of the family members also. And the first thing that everyone elder said to him was, how can you waste your father's money like this? That was the first thing. So when an elder said that, I said, see, it is not about money. We are not saying it, so don't bring that into the picture. Whoever it was, I mean, whether it was my in-law side or whether it was my parents' side, that was the first thing that I made clear to them. Because just because of money wastage, you can't pursue something and then you might not like it. That's not the way to live, is what I understood. And I understood that one more thing that the counselor also pointed out to us was that I don't want you guys to be harsh on him, because he has given his best in trying for that 6 months. He did not just come and tell you the next day that I don't want this. So obviously for you as an adult, when you evaluate, you might think that he has wasted money. But then for me, if I see as an external person, I can see that he was mature enough that he did not come and say it to you next day, because at the back of the mind, probably that was only running in his mind, that I have wasted my father's money, or what if this is not right? That is why maybe he thought to himself that let me give it a try for another 2 months and not give it up so easily.
All right. So wonderful. This is, developing understanding is how you handle the situation. Shilpaji, what is your viewpoint? Again, how you would handle? Answer it from that question.
Yes, sir. So I had a situation with my younger son. I noticed that he goes for classes or tuitions. So when he was in 8th standard, I noticed that he, despite of going to classes, he was still not performing well in the classes. The professor was good, everything was good, but still he was not performing well. So it would, I would be surprised, like, why this is happening. So through the passage of time, I found that he is easily distracted by his friends. All his school friends go to that classes itself. So I did point out to him that it is due to distraction. What is happening in your studies? You're not performing during the exams. So now when he's in 9th standard, we decided that we'll change the classes for him. So initially he was reluctant, and he did not accept it, that it was due to his friends, the distraction that was happening. He was scoring low. So I told him that we'll let you join. We'll go to another class. We'll see how it is, how you're coping, how you're adjusting. In case if you're not able to adjust over there, we'll go to your previous classes and see. Since he liked the sir very much of the first class, the previous class. So he agreed. So now when he is going to his new classes, his performance has increased. I mean, he's scoring well. He's doing well. So that day when I had a talk with him, so he agreed that it was due to distraction of his friends that he was not able to score well, and he said that he will continue in these classes even in his 10th. So
Okay.
so this is how the situation was handled at home.
So in your case, you again, you had an analysis.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You thought this may be the reason, and then you looked at what is the best way to deal with that, and that is by asking him directly and telling him directly. And in your case, it worked out.
Yes, sir. Yes, it worked out.
Very nice. Thank you, Shilpaji.
Thank you, sir.
Deepaji, you have any situation?
Sir, my child totally depends on me for studies, wants me to urge her to study, and she doesn't sit by herself to study. She wants me beside her. This was the problem. So last year, what did I do is I just left all the languages up to her and told her that she has to handle those subjects. She was, even now, she doesn't score well in those subjects, but I felt she still needs some time to know by herself that it is her responsibility to study. And in the midterm exams, she was studying up until only 6:30 in the evening. After that, she would say, I know everything. Even though I was urging her to study, this is not the way it goes on. At least the day before the exam, you're not supposed to do that. She was not agreeable to it. She has scored less in all the subjects this time. I think she still needs some time, sir. she doesn't have that maturity, and I feel it has to come from within her heart that she has to study. So I told her that this time I'll be handling just the maths, because she doesn't do maths. If she doesn't understand maths, I feel the basics, if she doesn't know well, she will not be able to do them in the future, like in 7th, 8th and all. She has to know maths. So I told her I will be handling just maths, and all the subjects are left up to her to study. I'll be only guiding her in those subjects. Now I have left her. I have to see what will go on. The problem with her is that she depends on me for studies, because I was throughout up until 4th standard, grade 4, I was revising all the subjects sitting with her. So she was very much confident at that time, scoring good in all the subjects. Now the percentage has totally dropped, sir. She doesn't get more than 60%.
Okay.
So now I have left it up to her. Like I'm experimenting with her to see whether if this thing will work or not. Don't know what would happen.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what you're saying is, you were constantly guiding her. Now you want her to be self-driven, and in that process, you are experimenting with what would work and what would not work.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is how you are handling the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, very nice. Rupaji, you also have a situation that you would like to say how you are handling. Remember, again, we are focusing on the question that our Shubhaji asked. Is it okay or not okay as a parent to kind of get involved? That is a question. And how are you
Sir,
handling any similar situation?
Sir, I had been with him all these years, sir, but now I have felt it earlier also, but now I feel strongly that I should be only a guide or a person who can help him with his studies, but not someone, um, who should push him. I can just remind him that you have a test tomorrow, but I can't make him physically sit, because mentally he will not be there in studies. We are sending him to tuitions. They're very strict, so he has that fear there, and at home he is not listening. When I force him, I feel guilty, because when I force him, he doesn't listen. Um, he listens, he sits physically, but then his mind is not into the studies. It takes much time for me to make him learn things. But whereas he's going to harmonium classes, there he's doing very well, because he's interested in it. He's doing very well there. That is not there in studies. So I feel I should leave. I felt that I should leave him, because whenever I pushed him towards studies, it made me feel guilty. And now I have left him, sir, since a few days now. I don't know how long this is going to go. One more test is approaching, and he is not doing anything.
Wonderful. So again, you also are introspecting and finding out what is the right way to have a harmonious existence with your child. And in that process, some approach that you used to follow now, you feel is not the right approach. So you're looking at how to modify.
Yes, now he's in 7th, so it is naturally in a state of panic only. I don't know what to do. If I continue this for this process of forcing him to study, this will go on till 10th, or maybe till 12th, or maybe throughout his education only. So I want him to know now that he should do it himself.
Okay, all right. So that is your aim, that the child should become self-sufficient or self-driven. That is what you are aiming. But the child seems to be self-sufficient in harmonium, but you want him to be self-sufficient in some other subject. Is that the correct statement in your case?
Sir, harmonium, I can say it is a side dish, sir. But the staple thing is, our staple food is rice. So we will stress upon having rice more than the side dish.
Okay. So because of that particular your belief, you are handling it like, okay, so how do I cultivate the self-sufficiency for what you are calling as a main dish?
Yeah.
Okay, that is what you want to handle. Okay, all right. But anyway, you have given a good illustration of how you are handling, how you're dealing with it. Saravanaji, similarly, any situation-based example?
Yeah, I will talk about my elder one, Harshi. Right? We've been sending her. She did schooling in the Steiner school till 8th, where till 7th, where they don't give any test, no exams. So there was no marks for me to figure out, no homework given. I always used to wonder how someone can come up in life not doing all these things. Okay, and 8th grade they didn't have, so we had to switch. We tried in a school, Innisfree. They said it's entrance based admission. We told the school that she's coming from a board where there is no exam, so she may not be the right one to write. And they clearly said we need students who can crack, who can score high score. Okay, and she wrote, and then they said your child is not fit for ICSE for our school. Maybe that is the time, as you say, right? I felt did I make a mistake? All those things. So then I was guided to another school, Akia, where we could meet the principal, the founder, and we said the same thing. She's coming from this different board, and the response was as a parent, you are very bold to experiment something like this. And we said yeah, we just want the child to enjoy schooling, enjoy studies, than score marks, and that's why we did. And they just talked to her, and that's the time I came to know that my daughter really felt like the other school which rejected her, they didn't even take a minute to talk to her. It was just they wanted to see her entrance and decide. Right? While this school, they talked to her and they said, yeah, go ahead. Right? And again, 8th, 9th, obviously she was catching up with this exam-based system. And we, both of us, don't force the kids to sit and do homework or study. It's maybe my life is that I am also working at home. Maybe they are all seeing, and my wife is also doing some work all the time. And we felt, and my wife was very clear that she should pick her studies by herself. There should not be any guidance at all, that someone has to come and sit with her all the time. And we noticed 9th grade, she was getting serious by herself. 10th grade, when she came out, I was surprised with she came out with 90% average. And I will tell you, I had zero handling of her other than just as a parent spending. Obviously, we spent more and helping her with whatever needs to be done. Otherwise, I didn't put anything into her head. And same way, but I can tell you that she was still not. She had not developed interest in studies. It is just that she went through this schooling and she figured out what needs to be done. She needs to learn and this and write exams. And 11th grade, she was not sure what she has to take. And it was very clear she didn't want to become a doctor or engineer, software engineer. But then I wanted her to come down to a normal stream. So continuing, we wanted to continue with Ekya, which had a CBSE. So we put CBSE, and I just selected computer science because I felt like I can help her if there is some help needed, while she didn't prefer that. Right. So 11th grade, she was not ready. 12th grade started. She was not sure what she had to do. And one day she came and asked, like, how long should I keep studying? And I told her, see, till 12th, I'm going to pay for you to study. And beyond that, there is no one will force you to study college. You can go to college if you are interested, or you can stay home. You can see how to run a house. There are a lot of work to be done at home. You can just do it. Right. And halfway through 12th, she came to me and said, like, you know what, I'm going to study college, and that too, I want to go to US and study. That's it. And I'm like, okay, who is going to give you admission? And do you know what needs to be done for that? And why not study in India? And she said, like, oh, India is too tough. I heard like you have to crack IITs. And I don't want to go to IIT. I'm not that geek to go study there. I said, like, even for US, you have to go through thing. And she said, yeah. I will study and I will go there. All that I did again is helped her in terms of setting up a counselor who guides the students. And I told her, I will not get involved, because if you're going to go out and study, you should know how to run your life by yourself. So the complete counseling session, you have to drive by yourself. We will not be there at all. And I think that 6 months or 4 months, I saw her putting, like, I would say, infinite effort. And like, so surprised, like, oh, this much potential is there. Right. We didn't force, right? It was out of their own interest. And when she started, the question was, I will study and I will crack and I will go there. Right. You will send me. Honestly, I had not believed in her. I said, yes. If you get, we will send. But then she really got. And looking at the fees and other things, I started thinking, and that's when my wife came and said, like, hey, you didn't believe them. You said you will send, and if she has got admission, then you should send to the college where she wants to go. And so then we basically try to like logically what is better, looking at the finance, and decided on the Singapore one. Completely, again, the stream she took is completely art oriented architectures, and like, all that she did in her life out of a lot of interest was like drawing, artwork. Right, she used to do a lot of those things, and that's where we the only time I would say we helped her is like to counsel her to see, like, hey, you know what, since you draw a lot, would you like to do design, maybe design satellites, something like that, my wife was saying, and then like design things, and then like, or buildings. Then she said, no, I think I like buildings, and architecture kind of thing I will take. She has no clue, right? So I still don't know whether she's going to be what will happen. And I wouldn't say like she was successful and so I achieved. Life is like, you will keep seeing every year. Right now you will see how she will do in college, then like how she will do in life. I feel like it's a long journey, and like I wouldn't call it done based on what they are. It is, I would just say that like we never forced, and like we just guided, helped her where she needed help, when she needed help, and just we wanted to see her be a lot more as a child. And I would still tell you, like, even till 12th, I saw her as a small child. I always kept telling, I cannot think of her going out and trying to live her on her own. And that's where all these studies about Jnana help, that like that form is not what is. There is a lot more. The one behind the form is right? And it's not my ego which is telling like, which can decide, rate, oh, this person is good, this person is not good, right? I really don't know, or like now we know that the infinite potential in everyone, right? It just comes out at the right time, whenever it has to come. It's like, again, I use this flower example. Every flower doesn't do.
Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, so just leave it there.
The
I will leave
situation is over, right? Huh.
it.
Okay, excellent. So now we have heard various people, explain how they have handled the situation. This time, let us do one small experiment. Let's pause our discussion here. Each of us, let's go back. Anyway, this video will also be shared. Look at different situations and look at how someone has said, I just kept away. I didn't even bother. Someone said, no, I looked at what I could do. Someone said, no, I definitely want to control, but I don't know how. Like that, different responses have come. What I would suggest is, see whether you can identify what is the truth that can enable the situation. What are the different truths that are available in these situations? Something that is applicable to you and all other parents here. So if you were to now become like a, for lack of better terms, Ajnani would not advise. Ajnani would not say, do that, do this. Ajnani would say, hey, this is the situation of life. If someone is crying by putting hand in the fire, Ajnani would say, the nature of the fire is to burn. Would not say, do or don't keep your hand or keep your hand. Would simply identify the truth. Is it not? So likewise, rather than giving a particular answer to Shubhaji's question, now let's use Shubhaji's question, and through that, we have now gotten a rich set of situations and different ways of handling. Let's, in our next session, without reference to any particular person's situation, let us identify what are the truths which can enable us to handle situation peacefully. Because ultimately, that's all we want. We want to be able to handle situations peacefully. Is the exercise clear? Is it relevant?
Yes, sir. I think it's
Not
not
clear
only
to me.
relevant to this situation. I think it should be relevant to any situation that comes up to you.
Yeah. Sarvanji, you had questions?
No, not very clear to me, the exercise.
Okay, sure. Now we have heard so many examples.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in that example, there are different ways of handling the situation. So what is the focus in all these situations? As a parent, the focus for each one is to make sure that, my child is happy or my child is successful, something like that. But each one is handling it slightly differently.
Yeah.
Correct, huh? So what is the way to handle, rather than saying, okay, do that, do this, that would become an advice.
Yeah.
Rather than that, what is the universal truth? See, now the Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma is how you are saying you are handling it. You are saying, okay, even my child Harshi is a form of the Brahman, so has the infinite potential. And this Jnana is helping me to deal with her choices and evolve with her. In a way, that is what I heard. Correct? Huh? So now, instead of us jumping into answer Shubhaji's question, because Shubhaji's question is what we are using to enable our discussion. What is Shubhaji's question? As a parent, what should I do? When my child has exam tomorrow, should I stop him from playing the games? Should I?
So is it particularly on exam tomorrow case, or like in general, like should I guide my child? Should I ensure
that is what she is using as an example to illustrate.
because
Should I do anything at all or not? What should I do? How should I be as a parent?
or like how should I deal with my child as a school going student?
As
How much
right?
should I involve? What should I tell? Right?
Should I
Pardon it?
should I do anything at all or not do anything? Yeah. Is that a correct question, Shubhaji?
But then, okay.
Yes, sir.
And the answer has to be in finite 3-4 lines because
yeah. So now, based on the situations we have heard, let us all go back and come back with, hey, this is the universal truth that I found in all these situations, and this is the universal truth that also can help to handle the situation. So let's identify the universal truth in this from these situations. That is the exercise.
is it okay? If it's done, I want to make a point.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, my answer was not complete because I would say as the kids are going through this, I look at our elite students, and then I always felt that, you know what, why is that like my children I cannot influence them. I even tried, I cannot influence them, and like I feel like they are like seven oceans, 7 mountains away from even sitting and hearing to this. So I also go through this. So it's not you don't get you always look for that what is missing.
Really sorry for interrupting you, Sarvanji, in your flow. Let's not now get into answer mode. I want us to take this situation. Yeah. Each one of us has given a situation. Now each one can go back and let each one look at it in terms of what is the universal truth here that can enable me to address this.
Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah.
And then let's come back, and in the next session, let each one of us present it in terms of, this is the universal truth I found, and this is how this is another universal truth through which I will be able to handle this. Let each one of us find a solution based on the situational examples that we have come up with. Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So with that exercise for all of us, let us end our contemplation here.